Sometimes the best opportunities come to us when we least expect it. And that is exactly what happened to me. I want to share with you a little bit about my journey and how I, as somebody who was stuck in a corporate, toxic 9 to 5 environment, found a niche that was basically a dream come true for me. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a freelance content creator for bloggers, and I also teach others how to get started in this niche as well. So taking you back to where it all began, I was working in a corporate job. I was working as a marketing coordinator. I had been in the marketing side of corporate world for probably close to 10 years. For many of those last few years, I was really burnt out and looking for a way to work 100% on my own terms. I wanted to be in control of my schedule. I wanted to be in control of my income. I didn't like having a boss breathing down my neck. So I would spend all of my time outside of my job looking for a way to get out of my job. I tried so many different things. I tried creating handmade jewelry and selling it on Etsy. I did make some money doing that, but not enough to quit my job. I also did Amazon FBA, which again, I made some money doing that, but it just was not sustainable. I tried some other things. I would buy like domains for business ideas that I had that never really took off. I never got them off the ground. I just was willing to try anything. And then I found freelancing. When I found freelancing, I was thinking, okay, this is perfect. I don't need a bunch of money up front to start this business. It's basically like you just are selling your services to businesses, which I can do that. I had things that I knew how to do and I could support businesses doing that. I started my freelance business as a virtual assistant, working with anyone and everyone who would hire me on. I would offer social media services. I became a social media manager for one company. I would do PR and marketing related tasks for people. I would do general admin tasks for people. I was getting work, but I wasn't charging very much because I was thinking, okay, I don't want to charge very much. I'm new to this. Basically, I got myself stuck in a situation where I was working more than I wanted to be for less than I wanted to work. And that is not ideal, obviously. I was excited to be able to work from home, but not in that capacity. I wanted to have more freedom. That was the whole point of working for myself. So it was about that time where my sister, who was a blogger at the time, she ran a successful savings blog. She had told me about somebody who was working as a content creator. Basically, this person was selling recipes and crafts and things from home. She was creating them from home, taking step-by-step photos for the blogger, and then pretty styled images that the blogger could put on their blog and social media channels to promote that recipe and bring back traffic to their blog. I thought that was really interesting, especially the amount of money this person was making. It was really intriguing. And I decided to go all in and give it a shot. Now, giving you a little bit of background, I'm not somebody who was skilled in photography. I didn't even have a camera at the time. And my husband was the one who did all the cooking in our house. I was not skilled in that area at all. But I was thinking, okay, I'm going to start with very simple recipes and just give this a shot and see if I can make some money. At that point, I was willing to try just about anything. I found my favorite cookie recipe that I had made several times, so I knew I couldn't mess that up. I went in my kitchen and I created the cookies. I took step-by-step photos of how to make them, and then I took some pretty styled images at the end, packaged them up, and I sold those pictures to bloggers that week. I just remember thinking, okay, if it was that easy to make sales doing this, imagine what I could make if I actually got a good camera and I learned how to do this the right way and upgraded my skills. How successful could I be with it? I was really excited. It really lit a fire under me because it was finally something that I tried where I actually was making money. And it was promising. I tried so many other things before that and it was just not promising at all. But this was one thing where I knew, as I was creating more and more content, I was making more sales and I was getting more and more bloggers on my list buying from me. It was really, really exciting. Now, this was also a time where my husband and I were trying for a baby, and we knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. We were setting ourselves up for that. That was the goal, finding, a work from home job, obviously to get out of my toxic job, but also to be able to be a stay-at-home mom to our kids that we wanted to have. So it was a really, really great opportunity for me to hone my skills and learn something and build a sustainable business where I could bring in money to our family while being a stay-at-home mom. And that's exactly what happened. Over the next several years, we were able to get pregnant. I had multiple miscarriages prior to that time. So I really wanted to focus on my health and kind of get a low pressure scenario at home where I could make sure that I was not stressed and I was able to still bring an income in and focus on my health. This business really gave me that opportunity, and it has been an amazing blessing to our family. I've been doing this now for over 10 years. I've worked with hundreds of bloggers. I've made thousands of sales doing this completely behind the scenes. So I just want to share a little bit about what it is that we do as a content creator for bloggers and how beginners like you can do this too. So to back up just a bit, a content creator for bloggers is somebody who takes photographs of recipes, crafts, and printables. They create these projects from home for bloggers, and they take step-by-step photos as well as styled images, and they sell those files to bloggers who then feature that work on their own blog, and the copyright gets transferred over to that blogger. So it is then their content. So there are many ways that you can work as a content creator for bloggers. The way that I have worked as a content creator for bloggers for the most part has been selling packages that I come up with the ideas, and I create those packages, and then I take the photographs and I sell those to bloggers. There are other ways that you can work in this niche as well. You can work with bloggers where they give you a recipe that they need created and photographed for their blog, and then you just do the creation process and photograph it for them. If you don't want to come up with your own content idea. Once I learned how to come up with my own content ideas, I realized it's actually a really easy thing to do. There's tons of inspiration out there to take from and create something unique. Our job is to create things that are highly searched for or trending, things that are shareable, things that are going to get noticed and get people back to that blogger's website. So when we can get bloggers traffic to their site, it creates more money for them through their ads on their website, through different products that they're selling on their website, through affiliate links. There's many different income streams that bloggers have, and there are many different ways that content creators support them. By providing this service of creating ready to post content packages for bloggers, we are saving them hours of time because we are the ones who are going out, we're coming up with the ideas, we're buying the recipe ingredients, we're making it from home, we're taking all the photos, editing those photos, and then packaging it up for them. Really, the only work that they have to do at that point is to put everything onto their blog and to write the blog article. That is one thing we actually don't do, is a lot of writing. We mainly focus on photography. You don't have to be somebody super skilled. As you heard my story, I was not somebody who had any experience in this. And I have since taught hundreds of other people who had no related background. Most of them had no photography experience, and they were able to be successful in this niche as well. Now, just to share a little bit more about how this works, we create our content packages and then we sell them to bloggers. There are many different ways that you can find bloggers who want to buy content packages. In my course, the Content Creator Lab, I have a whole module that shows you different strategies for reaching bloggers and getting your work in front of bloggers who are already looking to buy content. You can find clients through Facebook, you can find clients through Instagram, you can find clients through contacting them directly through their blog, LinkedIn. There's also memberships set up specifically for content creators to be matched with bloggers who are looking to buy. I outline all of that and show you step by step how to do that in my program, the Content Creator Lab. If you're interested in learning more about how this works, I'll leave that link below. Even if you're a complete beginner with no background in this, you can absolutely do this too. This niche is really unique in the fact that you don't have to work one-to-one with clients if you don't want to. There's none of that going out and chasing clients and pitching clients and getting on discovery calls. If you want to skip that entirely, I can show you how to do that. I've always worked in a way where I don't work one-to-one with anyone. I basically have a content shop where I sell my products directly to bloggers who are looking to buy. I come up with the ideas, create the projects, and I sell them to them. You can create as much or as little content packages as you want to sell. If you have an income goal that you want to meet, you can figure out your pricing, how many content packages would it take to meet that monthly income goal, and then create for that amount of income. If you ever wanted to earn more money, say for instance, if you have a big bill coming up or you want to save for a vacation or something that is going to cost you more outside of your normal income, you can kick up the amount of content that you are creating and selling, work more to create more income. I have done that many times when we've just had a large expense coming up or if we wanted to go on a vacation. So like I said, I've been doing this for over 10 years. Most of that time, I have been a mom. A stay-at-home mom. I have two daughters, and they have always been home with me, at least one of them, until this year. They both are in school this year. Throughout that time, I've had babies, toddlers. We've gone through a couple of years of homeschooling even. I've always been able to work my work around my life. And that's what's really cool about this business is you can work when you want, how much you want. You really are in the driver's seat of your own business. And there are not many other niches like that out there because typically when you work as a freelancer, you are working with clients directly. So you will have deadlines. You will have work that needs to be done, by specific time frames. And clients will expect things from you based on, what's in your contract and what you were hired on to do. With this niche, there's a lot more freedom. Like I said, you really can set the tone for your business. If you want to work one-to-one with clients, you can, or you can just create and sell content packages that you come up with. I've had a lot of fun with this business over the years, and it's just been really cool to bring my girls into my business and show them what I'm doing and how this process works. I make a lot of kid-friendly crafts and kid-friendly recipes, things that would appeal to kids or that kids can help with. So I will even feature their hands in some of my photos, which has been really fun looking back throughout the years, just seeing those pictures and those memories. And I take behind the scenes pictures of them when they're working with me. And it's just been a really fun business to work in and a niche to grow in, to have those memories that I've been able to make alongside my kids while earning an income. If you are somebody who's thinking about doing this, but you have no related background, but it sounds intriguing, maybe something creative and fun and light is exactly what you need, this is something you should definitely jump into. I have helped people with no background whatsoever in photography, not super skilled in the kitchen, and they have been able to have success doing this. There are definitely ways you can get started as a beginner level photographer with simple projects that can still earn you hundreds of dollars. If you want to learn more about getting started as a content creator for bloggers, definitely check out the link below this video. It's going to go much more in depth into what it's like working as a content creator, just how this business works. I also share more about my step-by-step process for getting started as a content creator, as a complete beginner, and having a business doing this. So check out the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.